Hello everyone, I'm Greg Otta with FedScoop TV, and we're here at the Lowering Cost of Government IT Summit today. And I'm here with Herb VanHook, the Deputy CTO of BMC. Herb, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks very much for having us, Greg. Thanks a lot.
So, IT modernization needs to happen within the government. Talk to me about how agencies can accomplish modernization while still keeping costs down.
You know, that's a real challenge for a lot of agencies. There's a tremendous amount of investment in the legacy infrastructure and in legacy workloads, legacy IT, and so much of that still has to be run. I mean, it still has to be operated day to day. So what most agencies have done is they've been very, very selective about which initiatives, which strategic efforts that they're going to choose to invest in. And they really initially are looking for things that are a quick win, you know, things that actually have really dramatic effect. One of the things that agencies really like to do is, especially on the ones that are more citizen-facing, the civilian agencies, et cetera, is to do things that really really affect the citizen's life and really provide new levels of engagement, new levels of service, new levels of transaction capability, new levels of information, you know, to citizens. And those types of initiatives then tend to drive the back-end investments in IT. And over time, more and more of that existing technology estate will be modernized through those particular efforts. The way government always works is through a series of programs that are funded. It's not like agencies are just given a big pile of money and said, here, go do this.
I bet they wish they were, though. Right?
Yeah, that's true. But essentially, it has to be done in the context of some sort of funded program, some sort of strategic initiative. And that will continue over time. The real interesting thing is more and more technology options are open to agencies, whether it's delivering new services through mobile devices, whether it is leveraging things like cloud computing, whether it's leveraging things such as big data initiatives. All of these are evolving over time, and the technology actually is coming down in cost to deliver those. Government is taking so many really great things from commercial industry today in terms of adopting a lot of principles, characteristics, investment models, things like that. And it's very, very refreshing to see. We've actually seen this happen, you know, at the executive level as we brought in, you know, federal level CIOs, federal level CTOs to push those agendas. And so many of those folks have really come in from the commercial side. And they're really trying to accelerate this type of investment in government.
Interesting. A lot of those projects, we'll hit on a lot of those projects that you talked about with cloud computing and big data. But first, cybersecurity. Let's talk about how can agencies balance the need to increase cybersecurity while keeping costs down?
Oh, that is a real challenge. By the way, not only in government, but also in the commercial sector.
Okay.
Cybersecurity, dealing with basically protecting assets, keeping the bad guys out, as well as meeting things like audit and regulatory requirements, things like that, that is an escalating cost. It has become a real challenge for most IT organizations, whether in government or whether outside, as that expense is eating up more and more of the budget. It's not unusual, actually, in the commercial sector to see cybersecurity be as much as 25-30% of the total cost of IT.
Okay.
It's pretty dramatic, actually, the increase in the last few years. One of the things that's going on, though, is there's kind of a shift in thinking in terms of how people are going to address it and attack it. For some organizations, the feeling is people are going to get into the systems anyway, so let's make sure that if they get in, they can't really do anything. They can't do any damage. They can't take data out. They can't navigate throughout the systems. So people are putting up more and more almost like DMZs within, you know, to segment off sections of the systems. There's a lot more focus on things like data encryption, data obfuscation, things like that. And by the way, that goes hand in hand with using external cloud services, the idea of encrypting our data. So there's an enormous effort underway to try to rein in the cost structure, but also to maintain the overall security posture there.
So cloud computing. It's looked at as an efficiency tool, but can it be a force multiplier for things like cybersecurity and cost savings?
Absolutely can. One of the wonderful things about cloud computing, one of the wonderful things it brings to the table is this sense of kind of unlimited computing resources. It's really a perception, you know, not really a reality. But one of the big things in cybersecurity right now is the use of analytics
Right.
to look for anomalies, to look for attacks that may be underway, things like that. And the resources that are available in cloud computing is really perfect for doing these large kind of analytical processing sets. By the way, some of the agencies, for example, especially in the Intel community, they really want to do that within a private cloud context.
Right.
You know, they want to really drive this type of analysis there. But other agencies may actually leverage public cloud resources sometimes. So it's not just an efficiency vector for a lot of types of workloads and a lot of types of technology initiatives. It can absolutely be leveraged in the cybersecurity realm.
So you were talking about data analytics there. Let's elaborate on that a little bit more. Big data in government is normally looked at as far as helping drive better citizen services. But how can it drive better efficiencies with cost savings in cybersecurity?
Well, one of the things that's going on right now is a lot of the tools and techniques, a lot of the principles around big data analytics. There's a tremendous new set of technologies come out. The applicability of analytics algorithms can be used to look for waste, okay? Can be used
Right,
to look
okay.
for things such as infrastructure that's over-provisioned or over-capacity. One of the big areas actually has been the growth of data just in general, and as a result, the investment that's had to be made in storage. So we have a tremendous number of customers that are looking at, are we really buying the right amount? Are we buying the right types? Do we have the right strategy there? And so things like big data analytics can be used to analyze that infrastructure consumption and try to make sure that we're making the right investments at the right time on the right technologies. Because honestly, the price performance curves of this infrastructure, whether it's cloud or whether it's capital assets that someone buys and installs, is shifting fairly rapidly. It still shifts at 12, 18, 24 kind of month cycles. And so you always want to be on top of that to make sure you're basically investing the IT dollars in the right place.
Right. Well, Herb, very, very interesting stuff. I appreciate you stopping by today.
Thanks so much, Greg. Really enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.
For all of our videos, you can check out our YouTube channel, and for more information, you can check out fedscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.